Okay, I'm gonna go back to my book soon because I'm pretty sure the characters are doing something without me. It's been a while since I've read something I haven't read before because my brain doesn't process new information like it used to. And then before I suddenly got MS, because seriously, it came out of nowhere, um, I was in law school and my brain wasn't processing that because it was legalese. And I have this really annoying habit of I have to look up every single word that I don't understand. So it's good. It means I have a larger vocabulary than most people. It means I understand what I'm reading, but it means I could never make it through any sort of legal brief or amicus or anything because I didn't understand like a quarter of what was said, and most people don't, but most people just like sort of skip the legalese and just do the reading so they could actually discuss the case. Yeah, I remember there was one case that this woman had said about in the 1800s that made it into the books, and it was a property case. And this one guy was like, "It's a woman. It's the 1800s. Who cares?" And people are starting to get pissed off that that's his opinion. And I'm like, guys, it's not his opinion. He's saying that's how it was. And I mean, that's how it is. Not for him personally. This guy's actually a really good guy who does care about women's opinions. But really, he was right. It was a woman. It was the 1800s. Who cares? The fact that she was able to, like, file a lawsuit and that made it into the books, that's impressive. Women couldn't even have their, like, property. It was it was property one. They couldn't have their own property. They couldn't have credit cards on their names. They couldn't have anything. Single women were, they belonged to their fathers. It was ridiculous. So, anyway, but that's not what I am talking about right now. I'm talking about my car, Serenity. Yeah, she'll be with me till the day I die because she's a death trap. And she's in the shop right now. And I'm pretty sure she's actually dead. But you know what? I think I'm okay because if I'm not paying insurance, maybe then I can probably afford Lyft. Yeah, it's pricey and it racks up, but if I'm not paying insurance, then I can probably do it. And if someone else is loading up my wheelchair, then it's more likely I'm going to go out. The thought of loading up my wheelchair, it may not sound like a big deal, but it really kind of is. When you have two horrible diseases, both of which have chronic fatigue as one of the number one symptoms, everything is exhausting. So you roll yourself out to your car, you pop the trunk, you take off the padding, you put it aside because it gets in the way. You fold up your chair, which is kind of a pain to fold up anyway because it's a little heavier dutier than most wheelchairs. You got to lift it up, but it's kind of heavy. And then you got to put it in at the exact right angle. And then you got to put the padding in. And by then it's like, screw this. And my friends would like stand with me and be like, hey, can I help? And I'm like, it's kind of a one-person job. And then after a while I was like, I have smart friends. I'm going to go start my car and they can figure it out. But now I'm like, I'm okay if my car is dead. I'll sell it for parts. Just take Lyft everywhere. And I think I'll still go to the dog park with friend and just have Lyft drop us off and pick us up. Because the dog park's the only place I'm not treated like a cripple. But I want someone else to put my wheelchair in their car. Because I am one.